Hey you guys, I got asked to do a tune overview, so I'm going to do a video on it and then also lay things out on the blog. I know some people, especially for overviews, kind of prefer just seeing it all in print and be able to go through, but I think some people prefer just having me kind of explain where I am at with my thought process with the tune and such, and just have a little bit of an update. So I figured I would go ahead and do that. I don't have any temporary mounts on other than the TOK one. So I feel like my BR is less inflated than it was before because I was asked to do it a while ago, but I didn't want to do it quite yet just because uh, my BR was much higher than I think what is realistic, just because I had all those temporary mounts for class wars. First things first, I didn't do a soul crystal video, but a soul crystal exchange video just because I think it gets a little bit monotonous sometimes. But I did exchange for about 90,000 soul crystals for more mount whips. I did get a confirmation from a friend that is in an elite club, and he's got me a screenshot of them basically saying that there will be some sort of exchange for mount whips. I do not know what kinds of items you'll be able to exchange mount whips for, but I'm kind of gambling that there's something better than runestones, whips, or gold, which is what the Soul Crystal exchange is for. So I'm hoping that works out in my favor. I'm thinking maybe gems would be nice to be able to just like cycle through that and make sure that my gem income is still high. I also think mount hooves might be nice, but I think that's a rare item, so that might be too generous for the game to give. So we'll see. But anyway, I hope that goes over well in my favor. Um, Bags. I'll show the bags on the blog. I don't think it's worth going over in a video. Um, okay, so yeah, right now I have Gaia on, and my BR is right around 330k. It's very similar with Hercules these days because I don't put anything into endurance on either of them. Both of them are in the main attack stat. So Herc, it's intel, and for Gaia, it's strength. Um, and for Medusa, it's also strength. Medusa is my third Sylph. As as far as like what I want to make orange and strong. Um, I have her in mind as a troop sylph, a support sylph. She's great in Sylph Arena, really just so fantastic. Has made my life in here a lot better. Um, so I have Hercules and Gaia who have more BR, so they're going to move first in the fights, and I have them do debuffs, so Devil's Gaze and Shock Chain, but not use their ultimate attacks until their second moves. And I have Medusa who will go third, use Whispering Wind, which gives the whole team an increased 30% damage. And so then once all the Delphics come, it's really fantastic, does tons of damage, and my team performs really well. So that's very nice. I like Medusa a lot. Um, she's she's kind of a counterpart to Triton. Triton does a lot of things to buff your team defensively and heals and such, or purifies and things like that. But Medusa is all about these buffs that help your team offensively. Um, and really, there's like an awakening point steal from all the enemies, which is also really mean. And so just really some aggressive attacks once you get past the pan phase. I really think she's a great Sylph. It's kind of a pity that I'm like the main damage dealer, or else I think I would love to bring Medusa into a group setting, but so far nobody on my team has decided to build a Medusa. But I think if you're thinking about support, that's a really um, great Sylph to have. So maybe I'll just go down the tabs. It's probably the best way to make sure I'm thorough. As far as gems go, I keep 8 attack, HP, and crit right now, and then 4 of each defenses. And, and I like that build right now. It's nice to have that HP. Um, And what else was I going to say? Oh, they're all level 9. I have no plans to make level 10s quite yet. I'm really, really hoping for an event for level 9 gems, and so I don't want to keep on synthesizing more of my level 8s yet. At most, I might do the attack one. I don't know. I keep on saying that, and then I just ended up making all level 9s, and so it might just end up that I just make it all level 10s. But I'm hoping that I can exhibit some sort of willpower and not do that. So cards, I've had maxed out Soul Engraving and Fate for a while now. Clothing identification is really nice. It's not like I have 5 stars on all my items, but I have used cores once on every single one of my um, helms, armors, and wings, and then identified all of my weapon items. So I do have quite a bit of strength just from identifying, but I haven't committed any cores there, and I don't think I really want to. So yeah, and I've maxed out honor, so I have the Mythic Dragon Knight medallion, which is nice. I mean, I feel like the medallions were so incremental that it was hard to feel like the next one was so much better. It's very, very expensive medallion, but luckily insignias are not a huge issue for me. Ring, for marriage, I did upgrade to level 4, which is nice, because Shak will be revived if she dies. Especially it's nice in Arena and in Dragon Invasion. But I think otherwise we're not pushing too much. I was getting a lot more Eternal Hearts than Shak was. I had like close to 100 of them already into my ring just for free, and so I didn't feel as weird pushing for it in the last spender event. Not the small one that has been on, that's for 50,000, one that like caps at 500. I haven't been cashing as much, so like tops I've been doing maybe like 5,000 balins at those events. But anyway, the last event, that's where I put a little bit chunk of my balance. Um, let's see here. Battle protection. I have a couple level 3s in here. I think I was pushing to make some level 6s or something. Um, or maybe some level 5s at the last resistance crystal event. So mostly level 5s, but then all my dark crystals are level 6. I leave them in the dark, not because it's the most practical thing on a daily basis, but just because that's what I had for class wars, and I just haven't changed it. So I'll patch up these level 3s at some point, and maybe hopefully start up some more level 6s, or potentially just go for level 7 dark, just because that's the most practical idea for Mage class wars, which is so predominantly Dark Sylphs. And Dragon Soul, I have the 5k HP. I'm very, very close to this 1% on the defenses and HP. And at one point I knew what this was, but now I think I've forgotten what it is. I've seen a picture, but I think it's another percentage boost. I would assume there's probably some attack in there. What else? Went over Sylphs. I mean, my next Sylph refinement video will be Apollo to Athena. I have promised that everybody voted, and the viewers chose that I would refine Apollo to Athena next. I didn't put Pan in that vote, so I kind of cheated and refined to get Medusa. But right now, I really just want to wait for Divinity Shards and be able to make Athena. They just haven't put out an event with those Divinity Shards for like well over 2 months. It's been a little bit frustrating trying to wait on that. But otherwise, I have enough materials to actually refine all of these. So I'll definitely do videos on that eventually. As far as Astrals go, I think most people who keep up with my tune know that I really like percentage Astrals for a couple reasons. For the practical reason, it's because I think as you have stronger opponents, um, percentage astrals become more and more important. So when I'm facing a lot of people who are well over 300 kbr, percentage astrals are more effective against them, because they're dealing tons of damage, and so each time that I illusion or I block one of their crits, or Goddess Blessing reduces the damage. the benefits from those percentage astrals increase as my opponents are stronger. And and you can say, well, what about everybody else? But you know, if somebody's between, I don't know, 0 and 250 or 60 KBR, they're not really going to have a chance against me anyway. So the huge focus is, you know, potentially protecting against people who are very, very strong. And not that people at 250k are not strong. I'm just saying, relative to my tune, um, you know, I have to prioritize where I want to defend. And so for me, I really enjoy the percentage astrals. Um, and and also, I just think that percentage astrals are very much so in the spirit of Wartune. Wartune is a game that really loves chance-based things, and so I think, as I've started to play more, I've just given up. You know, I'm a very kind of like, I like steady things. I like very little variance. You know, I study statistics, and it's my field of study, and so statisticians kind of um, uh, really don't like a lot of variation in things. But I think Wartune has kind of made me kind of spread my opinion of you know, chance based things. And so I kind of like this build of just, you know, basically throwing out every single way to by luck win a fight. Which is definitely deflection. Regeneration helps that a little bit. Illusion for sure. And defending against crit builds is really nice with Guardian Angel. And so I enjoy that quite a bit. And so that's the brunt of my Astral build. Usually I do have defense Astral, so the fact that I don't have any here is kind of a little bit misleading. I do usually have a defense Astral that I replace um, Guardian Angel with when I do PvE instances. I was just really trying to push for level 10 of these four Astrals, and so I started feeding a lot of Astrals into these ones in order to get them there. And so, yeah, I will end up building some defense Astrals so that I can not have this Guardian Angel on all the time, just because it reduces the number of crit heals I receive, which is a little bit annoying in certain PvE situations. PvP, I still think it's fantastic. That's the main reason why I want it at level 10. Um, so skills. Oh, okay, Matt. Well, and so for skills, I've kind of um, given in to this Rage Master passive. I think it's ridiculous. If you've seen my review of the advanced skills, which I will revise, I have slightly different opinions of the advanced skills, so I'm going to put something up on the blog about kind of um, as I've taken in more advice from fans, friends, you know, all the people who give tons of great feedback. Um, I, the one thing, the main reason why I changed things up a little and put points into this Rage Master passive is not because I think it is good. It is because I think the passives, I mean the active skills are just that bad. Um, and so, yeah, if you've seen Class Wars, I changed it up a little bit. I use Mana Shield at level 3 so that I can, if I have the Mana Shield on and I use Restoration, the Restoration QTE buff will overwrite the Mana Shield. And that's kind of nice because if I've used 2 turns on the Mana Shield, then I would prefer to just take the Restoration buff instead. Um, and so yeah, I think it's ridiculous that mages get a rage buff um after archers they get increased crit, which is crit damage, which is fantastic, and knights get a 100% slow on on one of their skills. So I'm a little bit jealous, but I took it anyway. I don't have it on my DPS spec yet. I'm still kind of thinking of how to work it in there, but yeah, we'll think on it. Those are skills. Runes. I'm committing all of my league insignias right now, other than like 3 pots at class war time, which is not a huge commitment. Um, uh, and putting all my league insignias into advanced runes, and so actually on a weekly basis, that's pretty good. Um, and so my guardian rune is definitely moving along. I'm hoping to max it out as soon as possible, and that'll be a 70% decrease for 2 turns, which is just fantastic in PvP. And then after that, I think maybe Heal Rune. Not totally sure. Heal rune, brutality, bleed. Meh, definitely not the bleed, but heal, brutality, I can't really decide. And then with the Soul Crystal exchange, I did max out my Chaos Rune, which has been really nice in Group Arena. I was so jealous for a while with Group Arena with people using these maxed out Chaos Runes and just screwing up my team so bad. So yeah, there's that. That's been nice. Let's see here. Anything else? Mount. Um, so here, it'll be maybe like 4,000 whips to max out each one of these, and then a bunch more for the strength. But even so, I'm still gonna have a lot left over at the Love Thy Mount event. Let's see here. What else can I show? I think that covered most of the tabs. I just try and go down the line. Um, oh, I guess I can show that I am at Dragon Soul Warlock, level 3 one. So you do actually, it's not like you get to the highest stage and then it caps out. So the highest level is would be Dragon Soul Warlock level 10. And it's this little red icon now. So there's that. And I don't know. I can show my fishing level. I'm almost at 24. I had a little bit of a lazy streak with fishing. Usually I'm really good about it, but then I kind of started falling behind again. So I'm hoping to hit 25 soon and be able to get those fashion shards. Um, so yeah, I think that covers most of it. If not, let me know in the comments, and I'll at least be able to update that info into the blog post. So yeah, let me know what types of videos you guys want to see. Um, I'm trying to get a crossover GB in, but for a while I just didn't think they were that competitive. And then the first crossover GB, I just messed up the recording. So yeah, that's kind of been a little bit messy lately. Um, so yeah, please let me know what you guys want to see. I'll try and figure something out. And take care and have a very good day.